you very much. Well, good evening, everyone. Tonight is your chance to join in with the Hunts Post Big Question election debate, and we're absolutely delighted to have the 7 candidates with us this evening who are standing in the Huntingdon election. We're really glad that you're all here, and I think that what we ought to do is give them a real warm Huntingdon welcome. Thank
you. To secure the recovery and not put it at risk, continue investment into our public services to move things forward. And that means protecting our frontline services, our schools and our hospitals. I'm here because I want to stand up for the many, for the very poorest in our society, and also standing up for people who are experiencing crime and antisocial behaviour. And I'm here because I want to stand up for new industries and future jobs. I'm really proud of the difference that the Labour government has made over the last years, and I'll tell you more about that later.
Next, Lord Toby Judd.
Thank you, dear. I'm going to represent the official Monster Raving Loony Party, and this is my 4th general election, and I hope everyone here is going to be sensible and vote for the official Monster Raving, because we are the only party that actually admits to being loony. Everyone else, they're unofficial loonies. We're the only party that actually admits to being loonies. We're going to give 25% off the phone bills for everyone who stutter. Which is only fair. This is my 4th general election. The last time I stood was against Michael Howard, and it was a little bit discouraging because I went into the toilet and I stood there, and he was there next to me, and you just can't resist looking down, and all I can say is he swung to the right.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have worked hard over the last 9 years as your Member of Parliament. This is a great constituency. We have one of the highest levels of small business ownership, low unemployment, coherent communities backed by a huge amount of voluntary community engagement. It has been a pleasure to work with local people and well-run local councils that provide a good service. So before we discuss local and national issues, of which there are many, let's recognise the good fortune that we enjoy living in this part of the country. Most of the challenges that we face locally, such as providing housing, health facilities and schools, come from our hugely large population growth. Most of what I do locally relates to coping with the strain that comes from that growth and the need for investment in our communities. But let's also be proud that this is a place that people want to come and live in.
Please now welcome Ian Curtis.
Good evening. I'm your UKIP candidate for Huntingdon. I would consider it an honour to represent the people of Huntingdon. I would listen to your concerns and your views, and I think that politicians should be made more accountable to the people that they represent and not just their own views or go off on their own tangent. My main aim nationally would be to take us, as the party stands for, out of the EU, which would save us up to £45 million a day, which could be ploughed back into the NHS and education. My 3 main local concerns are: one is Hinchinbrook Hospital, which I think is a main concern to a lot of people here, and also the policing. I think we should have a zero tolerance, especially on subjects like antisocial behaviour. And I would also like to restore weekly bin collections for people around the country, because I think that's wrong, that you've got to wait 2 weeks to have your bins emptied, especially in the summer. Yeah. Thank you.
My name is Martin Land. I'm the Liberal Democrat candidate. I live in St Neots. I think we'll talk a lot about politics later, so I just wanted to use this time to tell you a bit about myself. I'm married, I have 2 children. My wife works in a local care home looking after some of our elderly citizens. My 2 children go to Long Sands Secondary School in St Neots, where they're doing very well, I hasten to add, excellent school. We've lived here now for 10 years. I live in the Market Square in St Neots, right in the heart of the community where I also work. My campaign is going to be very much about the fact that we need local solutions. I've been talking a lot about local solutions in the context of the national problems we face, and I'll continue to do so. We have problems with infrastructure, that's my key word. It's not just hospitals, it's not one particular thing, it's infrastructure in general, which is our biggest problem in this constituency. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Jonathan Salt. I am very much a local person. I'm just an ordinary citizen, like many of us. I was born in Great Gransden. I was at school at Hinchinbrook. I was at university in Austria. I came back to this area more recently, trained as a teacher, taught at St Ivo, taught at St Peter's. In 2001 I established the St Ives Youth Theatre, which is very much a voluntary organisation, working with young people in our community. 2 years ago, because of the concerns about the Corn Exchange in St Ives, I stood as an independent candidate for the Town Council and was elected in St Ives. I've very much followed my upbringing to serve the community. My father taught British Constitution, loved our traditions, and like many of you, I was appalled to see the expenses scandal in the summer. I want to stand for what is right. I want to be a local representative representing our local community. Thank you.
My name is John Clare. I'm the Green Party candidate. I live in Warboys. I have a full-time job and a young family, and so the question really is, what on earth am I doing standing here? I'm here because I think we're in the cart. I think, as does the Green Party, that our constituency and our country face linked crises. We've got a crisis in the economy. We have a social crisis where we're suffering community breakdown and more and more distant services that people can't reach, can't access. And we also have an environmental crisis, you won't be surprised to hear me say. And the Green Party and myself are both, we believe that those crises are linked, and so are the solutions to those. We don't believe now is the time to start cutting public services. We believe now is the time to protect them. We believe now is the time, more importantly, to invest in public services and to create jobs and to build a fairer society. And hopefully I'll get the chance during the course of the evening to explain how I think we could go about doing that. Thank you very much.